Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 9th. This week you have the Serendipity card, which I love. It says bright new prospects are on the horizons. You have the Earth card. It says utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Yeah, there's one thing I will say is that there's a little bit of a weird energy this week. And, I would just say, stay grounded, of course, and try to see things for how they actually are in the world, and don't get too carried away with crazy thoughts. But the other thing I will say is that your reading looks much better than the other two water signs, Pisces and Cancer, of course. The other two water signs had slightly more challenging readings, I would say. And so, again, it actually, this reading looks pretty good for you, although of course you end with the Tower, of course. The Tower is your card, and the Tower is showing up in the area of the good stuff, so I wouldn't worry about it. I feel like this is the 10th time that the Tower has shown up in the good stuff for you here as well. That King of Cups stuck to my finger there. My fingers are not sticky right now, I promise you. And, so the King of Cups kind of stuck to my finger there, which is interesting. We'll keep that in mind. But you start off with the Queen of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Magician. If you are looking for love, I would say you're probably very attractive at this time, Scorpio. You have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is, the card of seduction. It doesn't matter what gender you are, it just says that you are attractive at this time. So you could be attracting a new person or new people into your life with the Queen of Wands. And again, I like to stress that you could also be attractive to a job or a business. So if you're trying to get a job or a business, or if you're trying to attract more business into your life or something, this could be a very good card for trying new things to do that. You have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is a card of a perfect match. So there could be some sort of perfect match that's coming in for you at this time if you're looking for love. Two of Cups is usually different than your usual type. And again, since 2021 or 2022, that's when I noticed a shift in the readings where, anytime love showed up, the Two of Cups shows up in a reading. So I kind of feel that we're just in a time where we are attracting a different type. One thing I will tell you is a couple years ago, we ended some major Scorpio cycles, and it ended with the Scorpio, the last Scorpio eclipse. And since that time, we've had crazy Scorpio energy since the 70s. And what's interesting is divorces peaked in the 70s, and it was right at the peak of all this Scorpio energy that was happening in the astrology. And then the energy slowly went down, and it finally ended with that last Scorpio eclipse. And so what I would say is I feel like love is changing. I feel like that was a major kind of tipping point for love. And so even though it looks scary out there if you're dating, right? It's like a war zone out there. I do feel things are getting better, but I also feel like people could be attracting different types of people, and so that could be love. You have the Magician, and the Magician, his wand is pointing straight up to the Queen of Wands, right? And he's pointing down towards the ground, so he is trying to manifest what is above him on Earth. So, but there's a couple of things I'm getting here. Even if you don't want love, and even if you do, the Two of Cups is about communicating with your higher self. Sometimes I feel that the Two of Cups is just you and your higher self. So your higher self could be, tapping into that higher self energy, could be helping you manifest things here on Earth. Also, how something appears with the Queen of Wands could be very important. And I'm not talking about necessarily something's physical appearance, although that could be part of it, or even your physical appearance, but you might want to play around with how something appears. This could be your resume that you give to jobs. If you're having a hard time getting a job, it's maybe you need to update the resume, or maybe you need to print it out on pink paper. I don't care what you do. I would just do something, because just looking at that, it kind of is saying to me that there could be something about how something appears that's important. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Emperor. Yeah, you could be attracting an Emperor, or a real bossed up type of person. And so you could be attracting an Emperor type person. I would also say that this right here to the Ace of Swords can represent, kind of taking action on your truth. I've been talking about this in all the readings. We have Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn today. Today is September 2nd, right? So this video will be out on September 3rd, even though it's not the week of the 9th, or it's coming out before the week of the 9th. I would still Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn is like truth being revealed, right? We're going to see this in the news, like all over the place. We're going to see all sorts of truths being revealed, right? Good and bad, I'm sure. And so, like, think about this. Like, all the celebrities that have been exposed over the past few years, all the things that are getting exposed, right? There's just going to be more of that happening. And this is really kind of like the acceleration point, I believe. And I also feel like that's why I'm sensing such a heavy energy in all the readings. But on a personal level, we can take advantage of this and use it to our advantage. So if you have an inner truth that you're not living, it doesn't say you're lying. It just says that there might be some things that you would enjoy to do in your life that would bring you closer to your truth. And this would say to have a victory, do more of those things. With the Two of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like your cycles in love are changing, literally. I mean, you show up right here, the top corner, as the eagle or the phoenix, whichever you prefer, right? And I kind of feel like you are coming back to the top of the wheel. And so I do feel that you are entering into like a new love cycle. And again, even if you don't want a person, this could be what you love, the things that you love to do, or, inviting more love in. Again, when we live our truth, usually we are doing more of the things that we do love. And that's what I would focus on. Especially you being a fixed sign. I say this to all the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. I think all the fixed sign energies should be doing more of what they love, more than everybody else. With the Magician, you have the High Priestess. They're both kind of like magicians, in a way, right? The Magician, he can manifest with his words, and he can also manifest with actions and also the tools that he uses. The High Priestess, she can manifest with visualization. She has these 3 stages of the moon on her helmet, or her crown is what I should say. And those 3 stages of the moon on her crown represent the fact that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of everything that she enters into before she enters into it, meaning she's not necessarily seeing the future, she is visualizing how she wants things to go. So I think it would be an amazing time for visualizing or to practice visualization and to incorporate that into your daily routine. That's definitely what I would do with the High Priestess. You have this Manifest card and this Forgive card. I literally just said Manifest. I didn't even see this card. So definitely a good time for manifestation. It would also, of course, be a great time for forgiveness or for forgiving the past. So anything that you can do to forgive past situations or past people would be a great idea. Again, I think if we have that, that kind of lack of forgiveness in our heart, it definitely makes manifestation harder. So I would do that. You have the Ace of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. It's like you see the truth of the life that you want to live, but Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords would be like, but how? So again, the Two of Swords, she definitely isn't trusting her intuition. She has that blindfold on over her eyes, and she needs to trust her intuition is what the blindfold kind of represents. So I feel that, you could be getting closer to living your truth, or you're doing things that could help you live your truth more. But the Ace of Swords is about having laser-like focus on exactly what you want. So I think that, kind of drawing your focus to what you want is going to be important. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles says work hard, play hard. So make sure you're doing both things. I always say I never get good answers for the things that I'm working on until I do something else, right? I have a ton of Capricorn in my chart. I basically work 27 hours a day, right? But what I would say is I notice, if I don't go enjoy a hobby, or if I don't go do something else other than work, then everything starts collapsing, right? It's like the more I try to force things to work, nothing works. But when I go do something that I enjoy doing and I get out of my head, then I get all the answers I need for the problems that I've been dealing with. And I'm a big fan of doing this because I was stuck in my room for 4 years doing nothing, 4.5 years actually. And I was just trying, the whole time, I was just trying to force things to work, and nothing worked. It wasn't until I started going for walks, which was the first thing, that I started getting answers to the problems that I was having. So again, I think that the Two of Pentacles is saying, make sure to balance your energy so you can get the answers you need. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like this or that thinking, and I always say that Two of Swords says, there's another way to do things over here on that island. So sometimes I think we have to put our swords down, we have to heal our heart, just like that Forgive card says. And she's trying to protect her heart, but we have to heal our heart so that we can find better ways of doing things. And, that's really what this is saying. I also feel that some of you are seeing your truth with the Ace of Swords, but the Two of Swords could say you're not seeing how it's possible. And so, again, I think that forgiving the past and moving forward would make something possible. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, it says, what are you waiting for? So Three of Wands says you can have the Ace of Swords victory pretty much right now. Maybe not overnight, but you could start working towards it right now, and you could expand, and you could have it much faster than you think. So I think for a lot of you, part of this reading might be about letting your guard down a little bit so you can have something great. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Are you kidding? So, again, you definitely could be attracting a person. I kind of get the feeling that you could be busy or you could be attracting a very busy person. I'm not so sure how I feel about that yet. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. It's like sometimes I think not seeing a person for 27 hours a day is also a good thing. It's like you don't always have to be with the person, and it just allows for a little bit of that mystery to stay, to kind of like stay alive. And I kind of get that feeling here with the Two of Pentacles. We're going to keep clarifying. We'll see what comes up. With the Two of Swords, you have the Fool. Yeah, probably really encouraging you to go for it, really encouraging you to take a leap of faith towards the things you want and desire in your life. So I think it would be an amazing time to, take a leap of faith towards something that you want. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Unlocking Solutions card. It says, through compromise, you will create the successful outcome you are hoping for. Two of Swords is a card of like negotiation, right? It is a card of compromise. It is a card of finding the middle ground. So definitely if you need to compromise with like a person or your boss or something like that, it could actually provide a solution. You have this Entanglement card. It says, if you realize that you are in an entanglement, it may be time to move on or take a break. Yes, you can be in an entanglement with anything. You can be in an entanglement with a person, but you can also be in an entanglement with like a side hustle, a project, a business, a boss, pretty much anything. And I think that this reading is really talking about freeing yourself up. Really, all three water sign readings have had kind of like a little bit of a thread running through them that's saying it's time to free yourself up from the things that are stealing your energy. And I don't really see that in your reading. It doesn't really look like something is stealing your energy, although again, general reading, take it how it resonates. But I would make sure that you have enough energy for yourself. Here's the big reason why. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is all about resourcefulness and the resources that you have at your disposal. So you only have so much energy, and the Queen of Pentacles is resourceful. She is looking at what she has, and she never gives too much to anything. And she also really focuses on being resourceful. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to kind of like focus on your resources. You have the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like Scorpio has developed a lot of strength over the years, and the Strength card can sometimes represent a display of strength. She has her hands in this lion's mouth. The lion is submitting to her. So people are seeing that she is able to tame a beast. She is able to tame a lion. So, again, there's a lot of stuff in this reading that is talking about you getting positive attention. Queen of Wands, Strength card. So I think that if you have overcome anything, it might be a good time to like share that with the world, or, this could say that people are finally seeing that you are able to overcome things or that you have overcome things. So that's what I would focus on with the Strength card. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups would be your emotions overflowing, feeling really happy. I do see a lot of love here. So, again, for those of you that want love, there could be like an Emperor type person that's coming in for you, or there could be a focus on attracting an Emperor type person. Doesn't matter whatever gender you're attracted to. But the Ace of Cups is a very good card for love. It's like overflowing love and overflowing connection. And we see it this way here. So that looks very good, but let's see what shows up for you. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction, and it's a card of like knowing that you know that you can do something. So I always say that the Seven of Wands is internal belief. It's like really kind of brainwashing yourself into accomplishing something. And if there's something you want to accomplish, it basically says, kind of like the Chariot, it says where there's a will, there's a way. If you really believe that you can do something, then you will. And I feel sometimes that this card says work on your beliefs. With the Strength card, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. It says, pay attention to what you put energy into and what you get out of it. That is true strength, right? Doubling down on the things that give you energy is going to create balance in your life. I also feel like you could kind of be getting karmic justice here in a lot of ways, because you have the Ace of Swords the Strength card, the Three of Wands, which is expansion, Three of Wands twice right here. So if you have been through something difficult or challenging, like I said, that Strength card could say that people are seeing that you are the person that had strength. This could be good for a million different reasons. It could be good at like work. It's like maybe your boss doubted you and you overcame something, and now they're like, wow, this person is really good at what they do. Maybe we should give them a raise, right? So it's like there's a million things that could how that could manifest, but it looks really good. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Yeah, if you have your eyes on an Emperor type person, could be the person that you're going to marry. The Four of Wands is marriage. If you don't want marriage, and even if you do, the Four of Wands is also the card of freedom. But with the Four of Wands, we usually have to complete one thing. And sorry, I'm losing my voice today, apparently. So with this card, we have to complete one thing and kind of move on to the next stage. So a lot of you could be moving on to a new stage of your life, and that's what could be bringing freedom into your life. Next, in the area of the good stuff, no matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have the Tower. You have this follow the moon. It says watch for signs. You have this moon goddess. It says higher power on it. So very intuitive reading. You have the high priestess, even the magician. So I would be trusting your intuition. I would be looking for sign symbols, synchronicities, all those things so that you can manifest something greater. You have the Tower as your first card. The Tower could just be you. The Tower is your card, and it could just say that you're coming up in a position of power and strength, even though it is, a card, even though it is the Tower. The Tower is also about the truth. The whole point of the Tower is that these people are coming down to reality, which is the truth. They are seeing things for how they actually are in the world. So a lot of you, could be seeing the reality of that is going on in the world or in your world, and this is allowing you to get closer to the truth so that you can manifest something in your reality. So, there you go. You have the Knight of Swords. I feel like something is finally moving, is what I feel like saying. So, again, if something has been slow, if something hasn't been progressing in your life, like a project, a business, or whatever, it's almost like something is finally making progress in your life, or something is finally moving forward, which is great. You have the Three of Wands. Again, Three of Wands normally says, what are you waiting for? But you have the Three of Wands twice here. So it kind of gives me the feelings that some of you are not waiting any longer. Especially having the Three of Wands in the good stuff, it would say that you're finally taking action on something that you're trying to manifest, or, something is finally happening. With the Tower, you have the Hierophant. Yep, very spiritual reading, number one. Number two, what I would say is that you have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. These two I look at as better divine counterparts than the Emperor and the Empress. So a lot of you could be attracting a very spiritual connection into your life. And, this could be a person that really brings divine blessings. And the Tower could just say that it's a surprise, right? That there could be a surprising event that brings you closer to a person, and, it could be a divine connection. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. All three water signs, I'm pretty sure. Cancer definitely had this, maybe Pisces. But, definitely you have two aces, which is a definite yes to anything I haven't answered. And the Ace of Pentacles is a big opportunity. So this could be a big opportunity that comes rushing into your life. I also feel if you've been working on an opportunity that's been moving slowly, that this could be progress. With the Three of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, if you've been spying on a person, you could finally be making your move, is what I would say. Page of Swords, spying on a person. And you have the Three of Wands, which tells me, what are you waiting for? So you could be finally, shooting your shot here, Scorpio. I also feel that your curiosity is trying to get your attention. Page of Swords, sometimes I just feel, is your curiosity. It's you thinking about something that you want to do, be, or have. And the Page of Swords is your curiosity is trying to capture your attention. So follow your curiosity. You have this eagle. It says triumph over obstacles. Yes, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is above the mountains on the Ace of Swords. And it says you can overcome any obstacle. So if you are experiencing obstacles, I feel like you will easily be able to overcome those things. You have this Peacock card. It says, beware of great pride. Yeah, I would be careful. It's interesting that you have the Emperor and the Hierophant. It's two divine counterparts, right? But it's the Emperor could be a person in your life who just has an ego. The Hierophant would be a more spiritual connection. So, again, I would make sure that you're not falling for an illusion with a person, right? You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Interestingly enough, money looks really good right now. I was a little bit worried about like this month in general, and really the end of the year. Especially with Pluto going to 29 degrees. But I don't know. The readings have been pretty positive, so I would do whatever you can to attract more money. You have this claw card. It says, be careful, do not take risks. I always say that I don't really like this card right now. I think we're in a time where the only way to grow is to take some sort of risk, but I would be careful of doing things that are that could have like a major consequence, right? I think we should be taking calculated risks, but I definitely don't think we should take risks that would like ruin our lives or something like that, right? So I think this is more about taking the right type of risk and not the wrong type of risk. You have this chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. I feel like someone is entering your life. It's like chair empty. It's open for someone to enter into your life. And just based off the reading in general, I feel a lot of you could be attracting a new person. So, this looks really good to me here, Scorpio. But I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.